Oh, that is a nice one. It would look so good parked beside the dung pile.
Yes, but I think I like that one over there better.
Hi there. Have you folks been helped?
No, at this point we are just looking.
We are interested in trading in our old model for something newer.
Well, what are you folks driving now?
We are Hindu.
Well, let me tell you right up front that you're not going to get as much in trade for that. The only thing with a lower resale is a Catholic.
Yes, we know, but my wife and I feel that the time is right for a spiritual upgrade.
Well, you folks have come to the right place.
Could you show us that model over there? The one with the blood all over the doors and carpet.
That's not a religion. That's a Ford Bronco.
Then how about that one over there?
Now you're talking, my man. You're looking at a 1996 Uranus Resurrection. This baby comes loaded with extras and is roomy enough to carry 8 apostles or 10 commandments.
And how about the mileage?
My wife asks a good question.
It'll get you from Genesis to Revelations on a single tank of gas.
Oh, it is very nice.
But can we afford it?
With the proper maintenance and prayer, this baby will practically pay for itself. Now, if you folks would just step into my office, we can go over the numbers.
No one is sure how the American Indian first came to these shores, but most certainly he rejoiced when he saw how plentiful this great land was. By the time the Europeans had learned to stop eating their own dung, the Indian nation was great and powerful, with many, many tribes. Let's see, there were the Roulettes, the Blackjacks, the Slurpees, and some others. Not too much is known about early Indian history, but most anthropologists agree that their penises were much larger in those days. The great roulette chief, Laughing Counterhelp, was said to have killed over 200 bison alone with his dick. His dick! It was the same roulette tribe who first met the pilgrims in 1953 on what is now New Poland.
Hey, please not to be drooling on the rock!
Hey, look, Native Americans. Howdy. Name's John Alden. Insurance is my game. You folks need any extra coverage?
John Alden, leave him alone. We just got here, and we've got... Oh, dear Lord, would you look what's hanging down below his loincloth?
You might just want to take out a separate policy on that thing.
Let me talk to him, John. Hey, Gandhi, you wouldn't be interested in getting rid of some of this here land, would you? I can offer you a good deal.
What sort of deal are we talking about?
Well, let's see. You let us build a town here, and we'll give you a bucket of fried chicken and some pieces of yarn to play with.
Oh yes, that would be fine. Thank you. Come again.
Radio Bombay coming to you live from the heart of downtown Calcutta, where we will be bringing you live coverage of our most blasphemous of holidays, Vishnu Nada Mati Bhavan Raga, which translates into cattle beating day, or the ceremonial beating of the holy cow.
In fact, it costs more than Christmas and smells worse than Ramadan.
And who better to explain than Mahatma Patel, Professor of Dumb Indian Studies at the University of New Delhi. Dr. Patel, welcome to our broadcast.
Hello? Is this thing on?
Yes, Doctor. Please tell us a little bit about Cattle Beating Day.
Well, Cattle Beating Day is simply a chance for the common man to vent his frustrations on the stupid cow, who he is forced to worship the other 406 days of the year. It is most therapeutic and the most beautiful of all traditions.
Well, Doctor, could you describe for us this scene now down on the street?
Well, the cattle are cornered and hundreds of people are beating them to pulp with sticks and clubs and chains and knives and crowbars and cricket bats.
Hi, this is Sally Struthers. In the time it takes you to listen to this commercial, 116 children will have died of starvation.
Meanwhile, back in old New Poland, where the white settlers had first stormed the beaches, relationships blossomed between the suave, well-endowed Native Americans and the godless Caucasian savages. Trading abounded between the two cultures. The white man, with his pathetic understanding of modern business, made him a lucrative target for the sophisticated Indian trader.
Hey, Tonto, I'm gonna need some blankets, a couple of pounds of cornmeal, 6 AA batteries, and, give me a scratch ticket.
And what do you have to trade today?
Let's see here. I got a couple of empty soda bottles and some, magic beans. Yeah, magic beans.
Okay, that will be fine. Thank you. Come again.
Hi-ho. The following is a public service announcement. You should probably wash your diaphragm at least twice a month.
11,500 waitresses will get stiffed on their tips. Cable service to over 40,000 homes will be disrupted.
Can you name the one place where you can abuse the ugliest women on the planet? Or eat something that has already passed through another man's bowel? India, that is where. Don't be scared off by our breath.
Come to India. The smell is getting better.
And although Jesus was not specifically talking about mutual funds, many of our church theologians believe that this was the true message.
We are having some problems with our new faith.
Well, what seems to be the trouble?
It doesn't seem to have the same zip that it once had.
I don't understand.
It has caused me to develop a questionable morality.
Last night I came home and she was riding a zucchini along the kitchen floor.
And you have been acting pretty immoral yourself.
Oh, shut up, you Werferian dumpster slut. Quit whimpering. I will beat you like a sick cow.
Hold on there, big guy. You know, a new religion takes a while to get used to. Have you read the owner's Bible yet?
No, not yet. We have been drunk all the time.
Well, before we schedule you for service, let me ask you a few questions.
I will rub my clitoris while you do.
Fine. Now, have you had any other sort of spiritual problem?
What do you mean?
Speaking in tongues, your ancestors raising from the dead, that sort of thing.
Now that you mention it, there have been a lot of locusts in the house lately.
Have you been eating a lot of balsa wood?
No more than usual.
Well, there it is. You need to read the owner's Bible. If you're still having problems after that, then come see me. There's nothing wrong with your religion. Thank you. Come again.
As the white settlers began moving westward across this big continent, they were greatly aided by the courteous, friendly Native Americans.
Didn't we pull over somewhere?
Hell, this is Apache territory. I doubt if we're gonna find anything open this time of night.
Lair, look up ahead on the left.
I'll be damned. It's a Scalpum 24.
And so history continued. The Great Father had prophesied that the white man would come, bringing pockets full of change. The Great Father also warned that the white man would eventually lose all the buffalo nickels. And so we were forced onto the reservations, and many of the old ways, such as brewing coffee and steaming hot dogs, was forgotten.
Dozens of people will get sick because restaurant employees didn't wash their hands. 2006 school children will smoke their first cigarette.
One species of bird or another will go extinct, and one irritating TV spokeswoman will explode.
And I dreamed that I woke up, and this chick had a big, hairy face. And she was Jerry Garcia, man. And she just kept singing that one line from Truckin' over and over and over and
On September 14th, 1981, our greatest warrior, Chief Scratch Ticket, defeated the army of General Schwartz Custer at Pork Rind, West Dakota. Many braves fell on that fateful day. For the next 50 years or so, we stayed drunk. And in 1921, aboard the Space Shuttle Hindenburg, it was discovered that...
Well, what brings you folks back here?
We are simply not satisfied with our faith. We demand a refund.
Do not make us call Ralph Nader.
We have some very powerful friends.
Slow down, folks. I thought you finally had your religion running smoothly. This doesn't have anything to do with the end of the world, does it?
We need a religion with an afterlife.
This cheap union-made faith that you sold us does not come equipped with an afterlife. My wife is very upset.
So that's what this is about. Look, you should have read the fine print. It's not my fault that you're stupid. There's nothing I can do.
Couldn't you give us our own religion back?
I'm sorry. What's done is done. Look, you folks seem like a nice couple. Why don't you come back after the end of the world and I can see what I'll do for you.
Good morning. Rise and shine. This is Morty in the morning here on Radio Bombay. It looks today like it will be another beautiful day. Already I catch a magnificent putrid whiff of the river Ganges, the mother of all rivers. You can always predict the coming day by the smell of the mighty river. Let us get you up to date on the headlines. The United States for another day has left us alone. However, they have killed every man, woman, and child in Mexico. I can only wonder when our time will come. Closer to home, residents of the village Dornplop report a talking cow. It was reputed to have said, "Serve me a beer while I take a shit." But in all probability what it actually said was, "Vishnu Nadamoti Bhavan Raga Day." Oh no, not again.
And now for a little spiritual news. Recently deceased washed-up actress and second-rate spokeswoman Sally Struthers was denied entrance into heaven today. Filling in for St. Peter at Heaven's Gate, Kermit the Frog had this to say.
Hi-ho, St. Kermit the Frog here. Sally Struthers was denied entry into heaven today, even though she had dedicated much of her life to charity work. I could speak this in tongues, but I really don't feel like it.
And those are the headlines.